Hey guys, Andrew Marsh here with DrewFit.com. I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the type of water that you're drinking and what is inside the water you're drinking so you can make a better decision next time you start consuming water. So to begin with, what is water? You should have learned this in elementary school. It's made up of 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom, and there should be nothing else added to it in my opinion. So let's jump right into it. I'm going to be measuring the total dissolved solids in Fiji water, Arrowhead water, Smart water, distilled water, and tap water straight from the sink. And these dissolved solids, they could be anything. I'm mainly measuring for inorganic versus organic material, and this is different than measuring like organic foods that don't have pesticides sprayed on them. What inorganic and organic means in the mineral world is basically inorganic means it's coming from a rock source, and organic means it's coming from a plant-based source. And the difference is that you can absorb plant-based organic minerals, but you cannot absorb rock-based, obviously. I mean, humans aren't supposed to be consuming rocks last time I checked. So let's jump right into it. I'm going to be talking about each water. So Fiji, this is supposed to be a natural artesian water. They say it comes from the volcanic rocks in Fiji, and that's supposed to be healthy. Arrowhead is marketed as a spring water, so basically fresh off the mountains, fresh off the rock. And again, this is another one that's claimed to be healthy. And then another one that almost had it right in my opinion is Smart water. It's distilled and then they enhance it with electrolytes, which in my opinion I think is completely wrong, because when they add these electrolytes in it, it makes it alkaline, and alkaline in water just means it's spent fuel, and what you want is alkalinity to be the final stage. So you eat foods that are slightly acidic, and then your body does the work to make it alkaline as the end stage. And then I'm going to be measuring distilled water, and this is from Walmart. And again, distilled water should have nothing in it but 2 hydrogens, 1 oxygen, no dissolved solids at all. So let me jump right into it. And this is a total dissolved solid meter I purchased off of Amazon for about $15. Great tool to have just to measure what you're drinking, what you're getting. So let's start off with Fiji. Let's see how many dissolved solids are in Fiji. And this jumped right up to 122 parts per million. So I'm going to mark that down just so we can have these all up here. So 122 parts per million. That's not too bad, but it is quite a bit compared to things like reverse osmosis, which may have 6, or again, distilled's only going to have about 1 tops, but it should have 0. And this is the Arrowhead. Let me just fill it up a little bit more. Clear this. Arrowhead spring water is looking like it has more than Fiji, 203 parts per million. So again, Arrowhead is straight from the springs off the rocks, so you're probably absorbing a lot of inorganic material if you're drinking Arrowhead or any kind of spring water. And then again, we're going to be measuring Smart water, which is the distilled enhanced with electrolytes. And this has not as bad, 24 parts per million, which is pretty good considering. But again, that's why it was distilled at first, so it had 0 parts, and then they enhanced it with God knows what kind of minerals. They claim to have certain kinds, 22 or 24. They claim to have certain kinds of minerals in here, but again, they don't say if they're organic or inorganic. My guess is going to be inorganic. They say they have calcium chloride, magnesium chloride, and potassium bicarbonate. But again, inorganic versus organic is what we're going for here. And next up is the tap water. So I'm going to clear this. And tap water is usually going to be the worst. And looks like Denver water is cleaning up a little bit compared to other sources. 153, which again, that's not good, but it's better than other places I've been to where it's measured up to about 400 or 600 parts per million dissolved. And then now we measure distilled water, and again, this should be coming up 0s, but who knows, measuring all of this or maybe something on here. Let me dry it off. 1 part per million. So this may be coming from these other waters. So I'm going to let you be the judge on this. And these dissolve solids. It could be dissolved rocks. There could be parasites, bacterias. Don't tell me you know what's in there, because you don't. Some people will claim that they do know what's in there, but 100% not. If you are not in a lab checking out what is inside your water, you're just guessing what you're putting into your body. And if it's inorganic, these are going to be deposited in your intestines and your organs and just accumulate over time. And this is what really ages your body. What you want, if you're going to have minerals in there, is organic minerals that your body can actually absorb and use, that don't lie dormant in the body. And that's why I recommend Dr. Berg's trace minerals. And he is a big advocate on organic minerals in his product. So these are all plant-based, and they get absorbed right away when you take them. So where do we find distilled water? You can either purchase a distiller on Amazon.com. Obviously, the higher price point, you're probably going to be getting a better product. But also, just to know the science of distilled water, it's from nature, from rain, snow, dew, or mist. And it's the cleanest water that you can consume. And let me just show you, because we have a distiller right over here, but I'm going to show you the stuff that accumulates in the tap water and over here. And just take a look, and this is accumulated junk inside of the water. And that's something we should not be consuming, obviously. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. If you have any questions, feel free to visit my website, drewfit.com. Subscribe to my channel or leave a comment below. I'd love to get back to you. Thanks.